Okay.
And then it's on.
Okay.
Right. And then, so you don't have to film yet. I don't know what we're doing completely yet.
That's okay.
So what you'll want to do is you'll want to get a glass Pyrex Petri dish, if you can,
Yeah.
and autoclave it
Okay.
prior to,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's because you want your injectors to stay fully sterile,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we have some here. It looks like this one's been autoclaved and hasn't been used,
Yeah.
right? So it's still taped shut.
Yeah.
So you can probably use this one if you'd like, or I don't know if you guys have some of your own, whatever works.
Mm-hmm.
This is for catheters for when you're doing the rat injections,
Mhm.
rat IT. But we're gonna be doing mouse IT.
So when we're keeping it sterile, like for real, then we wear gloves, right? And
Oh,
then
yeah.
do it. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why someone's got posted here in this thing. There's no reason to. Because people like putting things in places. It's so good. Okay. So we need the
Two.
Yeah. I think not. Is it PE50? Might be. You
That's
shouldn't
okay.
film this part.
No,
Trust
that's
me,
okay.
it's just gonna take up so much of your memory while I'm trying to get my shit figured out.
So which needle do you use?
I think it's 30 gauge, but again, we're gonna have to look and check.
Check and see. Something tubes.
So PE is the polyethylene tubing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the size, it'll usually say like PE10 or something like that,
Yeah.
PE50. Right, so this one's PE10. This obviously is like really fucking thin.
Yeah. That's a little
Doesn't
too
work.
thin. Yeah.
Doesn't work. This one says it's PE50,
Yeah.
like PE50.
I think it should be okay.
This says PE20.
Okay.
So I don't know why it says on the back 50, but PE20
Yeah.
is usually what we want, right?
Okay.
So I think this one's PE20 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Someone's got a jar or a giant thing full of what looks like at least 40 or 50. That came undone. So, yeah. Why does it say cold?
Like maybe they kept it in cold, like the
I
bag.
think someone just like, yeah, whatever it was before.
Yeah.
Probably is pre-labeled for that. Anyway, so normally these come in little
Like. Oops, sorry.
that's fair. And they'll come in
Like
little
these rolls
box.
things.
Yeah, that's literally
boxes.
about this size except square,
Okay.
right? And it'll tell you what it is. But I believe it's PE20 is what we use.
Okay.
Okay, and then we need needles.
Yes. No.
I think it's 30 gauge. But let's see. So, best way to tell is to look at the hub,
Yeah.
and then look at the hub of some that have been made.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably not 30. It is probably 28, which is black ones, which I think have that gray hub.
Hello. Hey, I have a quick question
Yes.
for you.
Who?
Can you send me your password for your computer?
Like.
For your laptop?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just left.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
I didn't really tell you. It's like my middle name, lowercase, and then 2 zeros after. It's not that innovative.
That's
Yeah.
pretty easy to
I got hacked
remember.
like multiple times. It's fine. Well, now I can't post this video. I was like,
Sure.
I told you probably want to wait until we're actually doing something to start recording, but
Yeah, just clip this part out.
or just like turn off the camera. I feel like it's 130.
okay,
So I'm not
let's
finding
try
the right
it.
ends or the right hub.
That's okay. I just want to see like how you install if it works.
Okay, so this one on this end is a
Yeah.
30, right?
Yeah.
You can tell from the diameter in here, but it is written somewhere. I know that.
Mhm. That's okay.
Don't know where, but that's fine. I think that side might be a 22. Or it's right. Nope, that's fine. No, that's not right either. Those are too long. Yeah. Okay, so
Mhm.
there's a few parts. One is
Yes.
that you need to know how much tubing you need.
Yeah.
Another part is that you need to be able to get the needles on things, right? So
Okay.
those are the two main things.
Yeah.
So
It's okay if you show me in like small.
always in the middle of the walkway.
Put it on the chair next time because I don't think anyone sits on the chair.
No one sits in this chair, but that's fine.
Okay. So like the tubing, I mean, if you're making some for your love, it's fine how much you use, but you can show me on small amount. We just want to see like how you put it in.
Do you need to make some?
Like no, not at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
Because we have like, I think we've been using this, so it's like
So
I
the
just
only
wanna see
thing
how
that I
you
need
go
to know,
against.
that I need to find, is that color hub. We don't have it. I think it's the 22, but a shorter 3/8.
that's okay.
So I think
Yeah.
it's a 22 gauge with a
Yeah.
3/8 needle, right?
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure that's what these guys are.
Yeah.
So
But as long as it fits, then we have an
Yeah.
idea of how you put it in.
I guess if you're just learning, you can
Yeah.
do it in a shorter one. But basically, you'll want to clean out the area, right?
Yeah.
So you clean out whatever you're not using.
Yeah.
Spray it down with ethanol.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need is ethanol.
Yeah.
And you can absolutely do these in
Like the
cell
cell
culture
culture
hoods if you want.
Yeah. Like
Um,
whichever is closer.
Yeah, this is a blower, I believe.
Okay.
You can always check by putting a piece of paper. No, it's a suction. Okay.
Okay.
Right, so basically it's keeping the dust
Yeah.
from hitting your samples, right? So what you'd want is,
Yeah.
you remember that ruler that we had?
The
that red
metal.
one?
Yeah.
I don't know what. Oh, wait,
It's
no,
in
he's
the
there.
yeah.
He's in
It's
there.
autoclaved in
Okay.
there.
Mm.
I mean, not anymore, but it was once.
So if you look here,
yeah.
there's a marking,
Yeah.
right? So that you know how long you need to make your tube.
Okay.
So what you would do is you get your tubing. Oh, that's why it's back. It
like
came, the
messed
top
up.
came
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
It's like it's no longer.
I think there's like yeah.
So what you would do is you would have your sterile space,
Yeah.
and you measure this, and then you
Just cut at the
mark
line.
it. Yeah, you can either mark it with a Sharpie, which is
Yeah.
why there's a Sharpie here, or you can cut it, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just pull apart one of our other ones and put it back together to show you, just because I think it'll be faster.
Okay, that works.
So that's how you.
So like when you have it like in this packet, how do you get rid of the? What is
We're gonna
it?
do that next.
Okay.
Okay. So, as you know, one side needs the hub, and the other
Yes.
side you don't want the hub, right?
Yeah.
So, like I said, how do we get rid of it? We warp it until it comes off relatively freely on its own.
Okay.
So. So, you warp it.
Okay, so you need like some pliers to do
Yeah,
this.
so these
Okay.
these things in here are here because
Therefore,
we use them for this. So you want to hold. Oh yeah, this is definitely. Is that the same? No, I think we use a 20. So see, that's definitely too small. So that's
Yeah.
probably a 22 on the end, or a
Mhm.
26 gauge on the end.
okay.
So probably was right there. 'Cause that's not gonna fit. Let's see. I think there was one that was open.
Looks a little bit closer.
That looks right.
Yeah. Generally, yeah.
Yeah, so that's about the same diameter. So
Mhm.
I think the injections are done with a 26 gauge.
Okay.
So you hold it,
Yeah.
and then, so see this white part here?
Yeah.
So that is, it's like a drying cement type
Mhm.
stuff that basically holds the needle on there, right? So in order to get it off, we just need to warp the hub
Okay.
until it wants to come off, right? So what we usually do is we'll start really close and, wrong way. So you want it so that the angle,
Yeah.
the blade is closest to the needle and the angles go back, right?
Yes.
So you start, I think you start out here. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So you start out here near the back of the, where the needle is, and you don't want to cut. You just want to push.
Just like twist the.
Nope.
Oh, just.
See, I'm just
squeeze
warping it.
Okay.
So every time I do it, I'm moving a little closer, and I'm switching the direction, right?
Oh, so the top, it just becomes
This is
looser.
how we make our perfusion pump needle thing too. Like if you notice, the perfusion pump is on has a needle at the end as well, right?
Yeah.
And so normally, the reason I pulled the chair up is normally like you get the chair,
Yeah.
and that way you can work in the hood as opposed to like I was just now. And you don't want to cut. You're
like
gonna go
press
until
it.
you have a little resistance. So every time that I push on it, it's slowly loosening up that the white stuff, right?
Yeah.
Which is what we're trying to do. And then eventually we'll get to the end. See, it's already coming off a little bit. So, if I can. Then we should be able to just pull it off,
Wow.
right?
That's crazy.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you get your tubing that you've measured and you just stick it on there.
Just to.
Yeah,
okay,
just
that's
like
it.
literally feed it onto the end.
Oh, that's it?
Yep.
And the other side is just like you stick the needle.
Same thing, except yeah, you
You don't
keep the
take
HUD
it
on
out.
and you
Yeah.
put the tubing on the front end. So it's
Yeah.
going to be a 22 gauge
Yeah.
for your hub,
Okay.
and then this one's the 26.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right. Do you want to try?
Sure.
You have the needle,
Yeah.
you have your measured out
Yeah.
tubing, and you literally just like feed it in the hole. And you don't have to get it in too far. You just have to get it in. Okay. So this one's in. Right. And if you look, it's the same. Yeah, that's the same diameter. Right?
Yeah.
And same thing on the other side. Right. So this is this one you can hold with your finger. Yeah, so that should be a 20 gauge.
Yeah.
Or P20. And you literally just feed the needle end right into the tubing
Yes.
slowly. If you don't do it slowly, then
It's
you're
gonna
likely
rip.
to stab through, yeah. And you want to feed it up to that white part because that's where it
Ah,
gets
okay.
tight, right?
Yeah.
Whereas this side, it's already tight because it's at the white part,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That makes sense.
So you have the white part everywhere.
Perfect.